the last day of summer, 10 hours before fall. My grandfather took me out to the wall, but for a while he stood silent. Then finally he said, with a very sad shake of his very old head, "As you know, on this side of the wall, we are the Yuks. But on the far side of the wall live the Zucks. It's high time you knew of the terribly horrible things that Zucks do. In every Zuck house, in every Zuck town, every Zuck eats his bread with the butter side down. But we Yucks, as you know, when we breakfast or sup, spread our bread with the butter side up. That's the right honest way." Grandpa gritted his teeth. "So you can't trust a Zuck who spreads his bread underneath? Every Zuck must be watched. He has kinks in his soul. That's wise a youth. I'm here watching my goal. Watching Zucks for the Zuck Watching Border Patrol." The Butter Battle Book by Dr. Seuss. In those days, of course, the wall wasn't so high, and I could look any Zuck square in the eye. If he dared to come close, I'd give him a twitch with my tough-tufted, prickly snickberry switch. For a while, they were fine, and all the Zucks stayed away, and our country was safe. But then, one terrible day, a very rude Zuck by the name of Van Inch snuck up and slingshotted my snickberry switch. With my broken-off switch, with my head hung in shame, to the chief Yukaroo, in great sorrow I came. But our chief just smiled. He said, "You're not to blame, and those Zucks will be sorry they started this game. We'll dress you up right in a fancier suit, and we'll give you a fancier slingshot to shoot." And he ordered the boys in the back room to figure how to build me some sort of triple sling jigger. And with my triple sling jigger, I sure felt much bigger. I marched up to the wall with great vim and great vigor, right up to Van Inch with my hand on the trigger. "I'll have no more nonsense," I said with a frown. "From you Zuck sweet bread with the butter side down." But I'm unhappy to say he came back the next day in a spiffy new suit with a big new machine. And he snarled as he said, looking frightfully mean, "You may fling those rocks with your triple sling jigger, but I now also have my hand on the trigger. My wonderful new weapon, the jigger rock snatcher, will fling 'em right back as quickly as we catch 'em. We'll have no more nonsense, and we'll take no more guts from you Yucks who eat bread with butter side up." "I failed, sir," I sobbed as I made my report to the chief Yukaroo in headquarters fort. But our chief just laughed. "You've done nothing of the sort. Our slingshots have failed. That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boy, are not modern enough. All we need is some new-fangled kind of gun. My boys in the back room have already begun to think up a walloping whizzing one. My bright boys are thinking they're on the right track. They'll think of one quick and we'll send you right back." Think of a great one? They certainly did. They thought of one called the Kickaboo Kit, which is loaded with a powerful poodoo powder, and ant eggs, and bees' legs, and dried fried clam chowder. And they carefully trained a real smart dog named Daniel to serve as our country's first gun-toting spaniel. Then Daniel, the Kickaboo Spaniel, and I marched back towards the wall with our heads held up high. And everyone cheered, and their cheers filled the sky. "Fight, fight for the butter side up! Do or die!" Well, we didn't do, and we didn't quite die, but we sure did get worse than poor Daniel and I. Van Inch was there too, and he said, the old pig, "My boys in my back room are meant to be this big. It's called the ant nozzle, elephant-toted boom blitz. It shoots high explosive, sour cherry stone pits, and we'll put you and your dumb Kickaboo Kid on the fritz." Poor Daniel and I were scared out of our wits. Once again, by Van Inch, I was bested and beat. Once again, I limped home from the wall of feet. I sagged, and I dread, and my spirits were low, as low as I thought they ever could go, when I heard a boom-bop and a diddly-diddle, and our butter-up band marched up over the hill. The chief Yukaroo had sent them up to greet me, along with a right set of sorrels to meet me. "My boy," smiled the chief Yukaroo, "we have just voted and made you our general. You've been promoted. Your pretty new uniform's ready. Get in it. The big war's coming. You're gonna begin it. And what's more, this time you are certain to win it." My bright backroom boys have finally found out how. Just wait till you see what they've puttered up now. Those bright backroom boys sure knew how to putter, and they made me the thing called the utterly sputter. And I jumped aboard with my heart all aflutter as I steered towards the land of the upside-down butter. This machine was so modern, so frightfully new. No one was sure just exactly what it would do, but it had several faucets that sprinkled blue goo, which somehow would sprinkle the Zooks as I flew. I was racing pell-mell when I heard a voice yell, "If you sprinkle the Zooks, you'll get sprinkled as well." And they had chances of butter exactly like mine. And he yelled, "My blue goober is working just fine, and I'm here to say, if Yooks can do Zooks, you better forget it, because Zooks can do Yooks." I flew right back home, as you may have guessed. I was downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed. And I saw just as soon as I stepped back from the land, so were all the girls in the butter-up band. The chief drum majorette, Miss Yuki and Sue, said that was a pretty stellar flight that you flew, and the chief Yugaroos are looking for you. I raced to his office. The place was a sight.
"Have no fears," said the chief. "Everything is all right. My bright backer boys have been brighter than bright. They've thought of a gadget that's newer than new, and is filled with the mysterious Moolak Moo. It will blow all those Zooks, which sound like you. They've invented the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo. You'll just run to the wall like a nice little man, drop this bomb on the Zooks as fast as you can. And I've ordered all Yooks to stay safe underground, while the Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo is around."
I raced to the wall with the bomb in my hand, and I noticed every last Yook in LA was obeying our chief Yugaroo's grim command. That's when Grandpa found me. He grandly said, "You should be down that hole, and you're here instead. But perhaps it's for the better somehow. You will see me make history right here, right now." And he leapt on the wall with a lollipus leap, and he cleared his source book with a bop in his beak. He screeched, "Here's the end of that terrible town, where the Zooks you eat bread with the butter side down." At that very instant, we hear a cluck cluck, and the feet of old Van H clucked up. The boys in his back room invented him one too. In his hand was another Bitsy Big Boy Boomeroo. "I'll blow you," he shouted, "into porky wee beans. I'll better shake you up in the small smithereens." "Grandpa," I shouted, "be careful, oh gee. Who's going to drop it, will you or will he?" "Be patient," said Grandpa. "Will she, will she."